Hello, listeners. Hello, viewers. I just have to let you know before we start this latest episode that in 2 weeks' time, on the 15th of January, we'll be doing our big top 10 songs of 2022 Bonanza episode. For this episode, I'll be doing my own top 10 list. Everybody in the community who wants to will be doing their own top 10 list. So please, if you would like to, please submit one. The form is in the description of the podcast, wherever you're listening to or watching it. It's on YouTube, it's on Spotify, etc. Just pop that form in. There's a whole bunch of questions on it for all of your top 10 songs, top 10 B-sides, lots and lots of awards that I've done my best to give stupid names to. Please do fill in whatever you feel like you can. And if you do, your list will be assimilated into the community rankings, where I'll be totting up all the points from all of your top 10 lists and deciding what my community thinks are the best 10 songs of last year and best 10 B-sides, etc. So if you'd like to be involved, please do fill out the form, and we'll add you into the data. Oh, I should also mention, if you're doing a form, make sure that it's in by the 13th of January. Once that day goes by, I'll be collecting all the data, plotting up all the points, and putting it all into a big old spreadsheet, which I will probably get wrong. Either way, if you're doing a form, please do come along to the live show on the 15th. I'll put it in the Discord, whatever time slot we decide. It will probably be an early one, because I'm anticipating this is going to be a very long episode. But please, if you're doing a form, do come along and just go through it with me, I'll let you play a song from it. We'll talk about it, talk about what you thought of last year. It'll be a fun time. I'll try not to be an arsehole like I usually am. The regulars can let you know I'm not always an arsehole, but I can be. But either way, please do a form, and, we'd love to have you go through it on the show. See you then. Hello, welcome all. Happy New Year. Diggy's Dungeon, first of the year, on New Year's Day. Somehow we're still here. It's like late as hell because we decided to do a late slot. And here we are, Happy New Year. We're covering random shit from the last month, I think. So enjoy. I'm going to bring in my first caller. And that's the lovely Alex, because he's been bussed into doing this by Swither. Let's get him in. Hello.
Hey, Happy New Year.
Happy New Year to you too. I'm hoping that this year is going to be good for all of us. But we've still got some stinkers to cover from last year.
I mean, music-wise, it was pretty good for me.
Yeah, there's plenty of decent stuff from last year, as I'm finding, while I'm still trying to whittle down my top 10 list. How's that going for you?
I have I make a list throughout the whole year, but I still need to, I have like a general idea, but yeah, I still need to work on that.
Yeah, me and Ian have been sharing our progress with each other, like not on specific songs, but like how many we've narrowed it down to and what our process is and stuff. And we both have very different ideas of how to do this, and both of us are like, it's not working. I think I'm down to I can actually check. I've got it open. I've got down to 25 songs now in my shortlist, so only got to make that less than half, and then I'm done. Yeah. I made like a list basically of all the songs that I like a decent amount, and then put them all in a playlist. And I'm just playing the shit out of it until I get bored of a song, then I eliminate that song. So it's quite a painful and grindy process, but hopefully at the end of it I'll have the most enduring songs of the year. And you can all say that I'm wrong, because you always do. But get ready for that. That's coming in 2 weeks' time when we do our top 10 list episode, which is going to be very long, so look forward to that. But for now, we're still covering the last dregs of last year from December, and that really describes your picks to me. So let's get on to one of those. I think we've got the beat first, right? You wanna crack on with that one?
Yeah, sure. And actually these are from the SM Town Live performance that they just did like last night for New Year's Eve. For us, for my time. But yeah. So yeah, got the beat. don't know the name of the song right now. Yeah,
Stamp on it by Got the Beat, and don't worry, it's not live, so it's, you don't have to worry about weird dodgy vocals. It's as perfect as you'd expect. Let's get it going. Got the Beat, Stamp on it.
These are the tales of the skeleton warriors. The skeleton warriors. Skeleton warriors. Skeleton warriors. Skeleton warriors. Are the tales of the skeleton warriors. Skeleton warriors. Skeleton warriors. Skeleton warriors. The skeleton warriors. Skeleton warriors. Skeleton warriors.
Okay. Did they put their stamp on it for you, Alex?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, I mean, this is only the second time I've listened to this. So I'm still processing it, but I mean, yeah, first listen, I really liked the instrumental.
For which of the 5 songs was that you liked the instrumental? That's being kind. There's 5 songs in this. There could be more if you're like being more pedantic than I am.
I don't sense that many songs in it compared to, other songs. But
there's at least 4 in this, at a bare minimum. And like, you know, I moan about shit like NMix, but they usually just have like 2 songs in their songs. This is like taking you through a whole mini album, but in one song. And it's, I don't like that. Plenty of people do. I mean, maybe I wouldn't mind if all of the parts were good, but nah. Nah.
I think so. Yeah, I guess that makes sense because I heard the producer stamp or whatever.
Oh
where
yeah,
they add like their little bit. Yeah, it's Dem Boys, I think, who's done a bunch of. They've done NMix, and a bunch of other songs. NCT, yeah. So yeah, I mean, yeah, that makes sense. That they also did what's it, Iche on Hush Rush, which wasn't different.
But that song was like cohesive and quite good.
Yeah.
What is going on? Is this someone from the hub? Are they someone from the hub? I'm assuming they are. I don't know.
No, it's Dem something. Dem
Joints?
Dem Joints, yeah.
Okay, I know this geezer. Okay. I know this geezer. I know his game. I know what he does. I don't usually like it. Oh, Dem Joints. What a guy. Has anybody ever seen this much of a waste of talent as Got the Beat? I don't think I've ever seen like so much talent in one place and they produce nothing good ever. Like, you have like minimum 2 of the best like vocalists ever in K-pop, if not 3 or 4. And like, you make this. How? SM really are like plumbing new depths, aren't they? What has this company come to, you know? All these years that they've been supposed to be leading the way, and as Swither has informed me in the pre-show of today, they're not even in the top 10 of most popular girl group songs for this year at all, from any of their groups. So, they've fallen.
I mean, I don't know. I think I'm a pretty big SM stan. So, but I see the vision and what they're doing, so I can appreciate it. And
to you, what is the vision? Because I'm curious. I don't see it personally.
It's this. I mean, they've created like this world, the Kwangya or whatever. I mean, not necessarily that, but just like this. I think it's a cohesiveness between like all the groups.
Is that like in terms of concept rather than sound, or?
Yeah, maybe sound. Like, I think, you know, SM has like a, you know, just like a big pool of songs, and like it could go to any group really. And yeah, I mean, some people don't like that, but I don't mind it too much.
It's me on some people.
Yeah. And I think, you know, Red Velvet's my favorite group, and they've still managed to keep their sound, in my opinion. So, but yeah, just creating like a world and like, you know, building upon that and just kind of doing their own thing. And I don't know. I think that's what the SM vision that I see and appreciate.
Yeah, I'm very much on the opposite end, where I liked when SM had like distinct identities for all their groups, whereas now their group identities are like one and the same between everyone, and I don't like the only differential is like the personnel. There's like nothing concept wise that really separates them that much anymore, nothing sound wise that separates them. Like, as you say, they just have like one big bucket of songs where like they just pull one out and throw it at one of their groups, and that's what they have, you know? I guess this is always going to be the case with SM, but I'm still like wishing for those days of, you know, your groups have distinct identities. You've got FX, you've got SNSD, you know, you've got EXO, Shiny, and they're all different. Like, now, you know, there's Got the Beat song. If you just lower the key a bit, that's an NCT song. Same with, you know, Red Velvet's Birthday, I don't think is that far off of what most of their other groups do, you know? Yeah, there's like a little bit of Red Velvet flavor, but that's just because of their vocal tones. It's nothing to do with the song. SM has like, they've gone so hard on this, like unifying everything, and it just, I guess maybe what they're trying to do is breed like really like dedicated stans of their stuff. Like people are just obsessed with the SM universe, so if they like one of their groups, they'll like everything. Whereas what they're actually doing is kicking out anyone that doesn't like one of their groups. Because if you don't like one of their groups, all of them sound the same, so you're not going to like any of them. It's like, yeah, there's no, you can't be like a fan of one SM group anymore. And I just, I wish that you could. Because even for like a profitability standpoint, I feel like having a bunch of variety in your label would be better for your money, surely, because each group can take a different slice of the pie rather than the same one every time. And I think it's the wrong direction. They have so much talent at SM. Like they have some of the best vocalists in all of K-pop. They have some fantastic dancers, but they don't use any of it. They just waste it behind all these filters and all these boring songs that like have way too many parts that don't make any sense. And like, if you just let these people sing and let these people show off their talent, it'd be so good. And they just never do. Even someone like Boa, there's no debate that she's one of the like greatest people ever in K-pop. But yet, every time she comes back, it's a little bit less Boa, and it's like they put her in this group when she's ancient compared to everybody else in this group, and it's just not going to work. It really annoys me every time that they come out with such crap, with such amazing materials. It's like, how they say you can't make an omelet without the eggs? They've like, they've got like the best eggs around and they only use the shells. It's just like, I don't understand it. It makes no sense to me. Sorry about the rant.
No worries.
I'm always so disappointed because they could be making amazing stuff and they just don't. Got the Beat is like the biggest example for me because like even though it's cheesy, I kind of understood the whole point behind Super M, where like they're just supposed to be these like superheroes of K-pop that just come in and make big sounding songs every time, and like, yeah, maybe I didn't like all of them, but I understood the whole point, and they had a couple of songs that were all right. Whereas Got the Beat just feels like I don't really know what the point is. I guess they're supposed to be like the attitude group, but why the hell have you got such talented people in there if all you're going to be doing is spewing out the same crap every time with the same attitude? And like, even in this performance, like this is supposed to be like a stage performance, and there's like, yeah, I guess they're trying to put something into it, but it feels like it's not all connecting, Like there's a lot of points where I'm watching them dance and it looks like they're like just going through the motions, which is not what you want if the whole point of your group is to be the attitude group. So it all feels a bit confused, even though they're supposed to be all unified to me. I don't see the point. I don't see anything here that I couldn't get elsewhere, That's my longest rant yet.
I mean, what other company is doing this though?
I mean, they're all doing attitude groups. You've got G-Idol. You've got ITZY doing attitude. You've got NMIX now doing attitude. It's all like the same kind of thing, just with better personnel, but utilized worse, here in my opinion. I feel like there's not that much difference between a lot of these groups when they're trying to do attitude as their main thing. Maybe, I think mostly because they have so many, like 3 different generations or 4 different generations or whatever of people in this group, like the amount of talent that's being wasted is just staggering to me. Like, whereas at least with some of these other groups that are doing somewhat similar things, like I don't have the same affection for their talent. Like, yeah, I'm sure ITZY are great girls and everything, but I don't think they're anywhere near as talented as the people in this group. Like, when you've got Boa, Wendy, Taeyong, Seulgi, all these people in one group together, and you're making this, I just feel like you could have done a lot better, personally. But I think I've probably moaned enough about this song now.
Yeah, I mean, so they're Got the Beat is coming out with a mini album in a few weeks. So I mean, yeah, maybe there'll be something. We'll see something more on there. Like
I'm not going to hold my breath.
Some good songs. So.
Yeah, I hope so, but I'm not going to hold my breath. But anyway, you've got some more SM people for me.
Yeah. Let's see.
Oh, before we move on, this
one.
Split vote on this. We got 1 Key to the City, 1 Free to Go, and 1 Night in the Cell. So I guess everyone thinks it's okay. I don't understand, but oh well. On to your next pick.
Yeah. Yeah, so next one is it's another like stage video with Kai, Seulgi, Jeno, and Karina. It's called Hot and Cold. It's from the SM Town like winter holiday mini album.
Okay. Yeah, let's do it. Let's get hot and cold.
차가워 애매하게 굴어 정말 넌 타이로해 어렵지 읽으려 해도 읽지 못해 what you want 여전히 엇갈리지 가리고 너와 내 온도차 뜨거운 나와 달리 넌 좋고 Black and white 그보다 선명한 극과 극인 것만 같은 너 Baby you are so close So close So close Maybe I'm not so close So close So close 상당한 컨셉과는 거리가 멀지 Don't be sweet 서툴지 늘 가벼운 태도보다 모든 신중히 yeah. 고민하지 yeah. Not like kids yeah. 하는 걸 그래서 끌려 난 한여름 날이 되는 해처럼 좀 더 확신을 넣어주잖아 섬세하게 느껴 That's your point Baby you are so close So close So close Maybe I'm not so close So close So close 따뜻한 그 커피 위에 아이스크림 너와 나를 보는 듯한 느낌 어쩜 우리 스며들고 있지 해변가에 내리긴 나같이 서로 감사한 마음만 원하지 완벽해진 너와 나의 그림
You're so cold 매일 애타게 break the ice Make it steam 불은 조금씩 지펴나 더 좁혀 지금 우리 온도차 최대야 I just freeze 이 특별한 formula
It's so tricky 또 그래서 더 이 작은 차이도 흥미로워 1부터 모든 게 새로워 So cold, you're so cold, you're so cold, you're so cold 얼어붙어 버린 날짜 천천히 더 녹여봐
나 심플한 게 좋아 Can't lie You're so cold
You're so cold,
You're so cold
you're so cold Baby you are so cold So cold, so cold
Yeah
Hey baby So cold, so cold, so cold 해변가에 내리는 같이 서로 감사한 너와 뭐라지 완벽해진 너와 나의 그림 한겨울을 즐길 소핑같이 바꿔줄 그대로 자르다지 적당한 우리의 온도 차이
Okay. Are you hot or cold on this song, Alex?
Yeah, I'm pretty hot on this one.
Hmm.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I think yeah, like the combination of these members it's pretty good. I mean, yeah, you know, like I like Seulgi, so
Mm-hmm.
she's good. I enjoy Karina's parts, like she sings and raps, and I really liked her rapping part too, actually.
Okay.
Yeah, and I mean, yeah, it's just like I don't know, simple SM like R&B type of track.
Yeah. I think we definitely helped it out by putting it on straight after Got the Beat. It sounds leagues better after that. But like, I think I like most of this song. And then it gets to the chorus, and there's that those little like stings of synths, and they're just a little bit too far forward to me, and they really irk me. Like, I get to the chorus and I'm like, oh, hang on, what's that? Whoa. They're like just a bit too close, you know? If they just mix them like slightly further back, I'd be totally cool with this song. And yeah, I think the rest of the song I kind of like. I didn't really need the raps, but I never do, so that makes no difference. And like, man, it's nice to see Kai dancing with his clothes on for once. God damn. Haven't seen that in a while. Guy's always trying to be sexy man, but when he's actually just dancing, it's just great, you know? He's fantastic. It's really nice to see. Of course, some great hats too. You gotta have big furry hats. It's clearly the fashion right now. Yeah, I mean, apart from the whole cringy, like, pretending to sing live thing, yeah, this is all good, you know? I'm fine with it. I don't think it's, like, amazing, but I like it a lot more than most SM stuff, so well done, guys, I guess. I think I'd probably give it, like, a free to go. But, apparently everyone's confused. We got one position on the board, which is from Alex, of course. A key to the city from Swither. A free to go from Vaz. And a night in the cells from Moose. So no one agrees. As is usually the case right here. No one agrees. I think I'm with Vagrant-esque on this one. I think it's, you know, it's pleasant enough, but I can't imagine really myself getting obsessed with this song personally. I think it's just a bit too repetitive. The chorus just comes around so much. Like, it's a good chorus, but man, it comes around a lot and it's very repetitive. Nice choreo though. I'll say that I liked the choreo. It was like some nice variation and some pretty fun moves. I felt like it actually added something to the song, which quite a lot of the time I don't feel like it does. So good job.
Yeah. Yeah, and I guess I'll add. This was, as I mentioned earlier, this is from the recent SM Town or Holiday album, and yeah, I mean that I would say the whole album is pretty good.
Okay.
Yeah,
Nice.
I really enjoyed it.
Is there more kind of chill stuff like this, or is there like a lot of variation, or lots of got the beat style stuff? Or
No, yeah, it's pretty chill like this.
Okay. Maybe give it a go then. Yeah. Might be worth it. There might be one or two hidden bangers that they hide away from all the main group releases. Who knows? I will say though, I'll still take Aria's Hot and Cold over this any day of the week. No, this is not getting close to that song, but that's very much a group that I already loved, so that's probably not fair to say. But, you know, better than most SM songs, I'll give them that. Well done, SM, you did something good for once. But, thank you for calling in, Alex. I've only got bust today, so well done on sticking it out, you know. I know Swither can be a very persuasive man when he wants to be.
Yeah,
he's pulled you on today. He made you take the flak for Got the Beat, so, you know, give him hell for me. But yeah, we always love having you on, Alex. Thanks for coming on. And, you know, I hope this year's great for you.
Yeah, you too. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you. I'll talk to you later.
Yep. Bye.
Okay, next caller is the one and only, the man I was just moaning about, SwitherDuster. So let's bring him in and let's give him some shit. Let's do it. Hello, Swither. How much have you enjoyed riding or driving the bus today?
Baby, you are so cold, so cold. Why are you so cold, Diggy? You know,
I'm not. I'm warm, mate. I'm chilling. I'm in this like Sherpa-lined hoodie, loving life.
Yeah, you need the hoodie. Is the power expensive? I hear.
Yes. The cost of living is very high, and it's pretty cold at the moment outside. So you gotta wrap up warm.
I'm pulling for you, man. You know,
also, you know, when you notice me dipping out of shot, that's me turning on and off my heater that's next to me. So, you know, that gives you an idea what it's like in the UK right now.
Yeah, I mean, we got a taste of some real cold weather past couple weeks, and
heard.
you know, my empathy for y'all has increased substantially now that I've actually, you know, had to step out in some single digit weather.
Wow, single digit. Hang on, do you mean Fahrenheit or Celsius?
Take a guess. Come on.
Fahrenheit, right? The wrong one.
You hear me. You know who I am.
I mean, ours doesn't usually get that cold, but it gets pretty cold. It's not so bad at the moment, but you know, you guys took the brunt of it. I'm sure it will circle back round for us, and we'll have like minus God knows fucking what soon.
Yeah, no, today it was like, you know, springtime, so we really got a relatively brief taste of that.
Yeah.
But, you know, I was feeling cold. Then we had Seulgi. I'm warming up. You know, I'm starting to hit my stride. And I've brought on something that I feel is pretty significant. And I want to preface, because I've been notified, and it's reasonable, I get it, that I cannot show both sides of this video that I'm about to play for y'all. But be aware that there are 2 music videos for the same song, and they are labeled side A and side B. I've elected to just bring on side A given the constraints. But if you have any interest in it, then do check out the other side, because there's a non-negligible narrative here. You know, there's something going on, I feel. But yeah, so it's we prefaced it on the previous show saying, oh, what if just someone drops a really good song before the year end? That would be crazy. And then mentioned that NewJeans had announced 2 new songs, the second of which will come out tomorrow, the second day of 2023. Happy New Year, by the way.
Happy New Year to you
too. Should our new tenuous acquaintance be forgot, you know, well, that's pretty much how it goes, I feel. But yeah, so I'm bringing on the first of those 2 NewJeans songs, which is called Ditto.
Get strap in for 5.5 minutes of this. Can you see why I said I would only do 1? Let's go. NewJeans Ditto.
강고양이 씨. 저는 고양이가 아니고 무슨 소리 강고양이 씨. 미안. 이거 하면 약 올리는 거죠.
Stay in the middle, like you a little. Don't want no riddle. 말해줘, say it back, oh say it ditto. 아침이 너무 멀어서 say it ditto. 훌쩍 커버렸어, 함께한 기억처럼. 널 보는 내 마음은 어느새 여름 지나갈 기다렸지. All this time. Do you want somebody like I want somebody? 날 보고 웃었지만 do you think about me now? Yeah, all the time, yeah, all the time. I got no time to lose. 내 길었던 하루 난 너를 상상했지 항상 다 있던 처음 느낌 그대로 난 기다렸지 all this time I got nothing to lose 널 좋아한다고 라따따따 울린 심장 But I don't want to stay in the middle like you a little don't want no riddle 말해줘 say it back go say it ditto 아침이 너무 멀어서 say it ditto I don't want to walk in this middle 다 아는 건 아니어도 바라던 대로 말해줘 say it back I'll say it ditto I want you so say it ditto
Thank you, Moose. Not watching that whole other minute of irrelevant story shit. Hi, Swither, tell me why you like this song. Okay, I didn't know I had an owl on call, but carry on.
Come on. You really, you talk about how you want them to do music videos with more thought to it, with more substance to it, and then suddenly you get one, and you're skipping all over the place.
Yes, but you have
What's
to
the
work
deal?
within the constraints of what a music video should be, which is music video, not
Hey, I
video
think,
with a bit of music in the middle of it.
I think they gave us some extra music. I mean, in that intro, we had that little dance practice moment where they were playing some other song that sounded pretty solid too. But it was really worthwhile establishing material, I thought. Since you were so unenthused about the story elements, did any of it make it through? What do you
No,
perceive
never
the story
does.
of this video to be?
Don't care. Girls at school
Don't
don't
care.
care.
Damn,
that's,
girls at school.
that's it, Girls that are way too young to be
Okay.
debuting at school. There we go.
Well, okay, so this music video is about a girl that isn't in the group. It's about Hisuya, Ban Hisu, the girl with the camcorder and the cast. And in the beginning of the video, they show her putting a VHS tape into, a VHS player, and then all of these very aesthetic 90s styled videos of the girls going about, fun school times. It's all supposed to feel just like pure nostalgia, pure warmth, and oh, they're having such a good time. And you would probably usually dismiss this as like, oh yeah, girls pretending to be happy, whatever. But
Mhm.
the video contains a big comment on exactly that. So this sixth girl, Hisuya, that they're talking to in the beginning, this girl with the camcorder, throughout the video, she's filming all the girls dancing, having fun. Everything's great. The lighting is fantastic. Everything's beautiful. But Hisu doesn't play much of a role. She's just standing behind the camera, and her face is almost always obscured. I think actually always obscured. At some point, I think they show her eye, but they never show her whole face, I don't think. And she's just silently smiling behind the camera, and this girl group is just giving her warmth and strength and really bringing her through, it seems. But something is amiss. She's confronted with this boy in the gym wearing a pretty fly white zip up, sort of looks like you're about to start fencing or something. And he looks at her with a sort of almost concerned fascination, or like a what's up with her? sort of expression. But she clearly makes it seem like she's into him and a little bit bashful about it, averting the camera after seeing him look back and that sort of thing. And then the song doesn't start until this girl that lives through her camera and is sort of experiencing her youth vicariously sets her camera down on top of the water fountain. So finally, she's out from behind the mask and she dips over to start drinking some water. And that very boy starts drinking some water from the adjacent water fountain, looking over at her. And that's when the song comes in. And I think that that boy represents real people. You know, K-pop fans, much is said about them. And the first person that I knew that was into K-pop, that was like really into K-pop, what everyone said about her was just like, oh, she's just like so obsessed. It's like she's insane on this on Twitter fandom stuff, talking about Luna, talking about some girl in Luna that she's obsessed with. And I met her, and she was just incredibly smart, and a really compelling person. But she was extremely deep in K-pop Twitter and obsessed with Jinsol from Luna. So that was before I really got into a lot of this. And then after I started to actually get into it, I started thinking about that girl more and more, being like, wow, yeah, this has really replaced a significant emotional role in her life. And she did seem incredibly vivid and smart, but she did seem wounded in some way or perhaps isolated. And I think this video is a comment on that dynamic.
I thought you were going into one of those dark YouTube comments now, and you were like, "And we've been married for 20 years."
Oh man, you know,
I thought it was heading that way, you know. And we always sit on that bench each year, you know. You know the ones I mean.
Yeah, I mean, stories in real life, you know, they seldom play out like that.
Yeah.
But perhaps it's because I'm like Hisuya here, and I struggle to face the reality that's just across from me at the water fountain.
Mm.
And I would be more comfortable, you know, watching Seulgi fan cams or something. But yeah, I mean, I think this really, every K-pop company has an opportunity to do some sort of deconstruction, some comment with a meta narrative or a comment on like what they are. And I think that's what SM was trying to do with aespa. And that's why some of their songs that actually connect well to those themes really have an interesting resonance. That's why I like the song Illusion by them so much, because, you know, their perspective on it is more like this comment on how they're contextualized within this broadening, everyone getting into social media and then people speculating about the future being virtual and that sort of thing. And they have so many lyrics about algorithms and that sort of thing. And so that's the deconstruction of their role that they went with for aespa. And this one, you know, reaches out in a really sensitive way, I think. It's less, I'm not sure if aespa's concept is inherently pessimistic, but that's definitely the vibe that one might get, you know, follow me, come and get illusion, you know, just, you know, it speaks for itself. But this one seems like it's reaching out to the people that can still be saved. You know, people like you and me, we're too far gone. But if you're a kid and you get into this and you start using K-pop groups as a sort of parasocial replacement for your own experiences socially, then you can get into a sort of rut. I find it very possible, but that doesn't mean that K-pop is bad. It just means that there are ways that you can relate to it that are unhealthy. And that is something that I think they explicitly comment on in this video, because Hisu, you know, there's this beautiful scene where she sees a deer out in the snow, and I could talk too long about what I feel that means, but by the end of the video, after the song stops, there's that sequence with the ticking, the one that you skipped through, where it's basically like a sort of very familiar sort of like Fight Club reveal, but the conceit of it, I think, is more interesting and sensitive than usual, where, you know, it is revealed that, you know, Hisu has been filming nothing. Those girls weren't there the entire time. She was alone behind the camera. And you could take this to mean that what was really happening is this is, you know, tracing, you know, yeah, just a fan that is watching and feeling like they're behind the camera, and that something about that experience that they're observing becomes their own and something identifying. But there's a number of ways to interpret it, but I feel like the main thrust is still the same. This parasocial thing where ultimately it reveals a loneliness and an avoidance. But in the side B video, which we will not see today, it sort of elucidates some things about how she comes back to it and understands what she was going through at that time, and can still appreciate, doesn't regret the way that she lived. And I found it really, you know, very surprisingly powerful, just because it's very difficult to pull off a commentary on what you are in a sensitive way that is still like a good song. Yeah,
See, that's the thing,
just,
is this whole time you haven't spoken about the song.
Yeah, let me get into that. So it's by 250. It seems like it's pretty much principally a 250 song, and he did the vast majority of their debut materials. And he said of this song before it came out that it was going to be a Baltimore club dance song, I believe, which, you know, that's shockingly close to my neck of the woods. So my ears perked up, and it does have the rhythm in there, that dun, 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 and like the dry snares and that sort of stuff. But it obviously goes in a much more melancholic, emotional, harmonic context, and I think it works just so well. The that vocal is so haunting, and especially when paired with the deer shots, it just really, it strikes something for me. And yeah, there's just a bunch of great detail. Sorry, I'll get back on the song, but just because I'm looking at the screen and it reminded me of something, I wanted to highlight some details just about her having this cast. And first off, the cast might make sense as to why she's behind the camera, but that's neither here nor there. And then throughout the course of the video, the girls of NewJeans, you know, sign her cast and decorate it. And also throughout the course of the video, she's painting Minji's pinky nail, I believe. And then she wakes up towards the end of the video and her own pinky nail is painted, but her cast is totally empty. So it just sort of reinforces that narrative in a tasteful way that manages to imbue a lot of these shots in the music video that could just be, you know, vibe shots or even the dance scenes. But it imbues them with deeper meaning that makes this interestingly more compelling with further viewings. Because like the first time I watched this video, for the majority of the first half, I wasn't thinking that much about it. I was just thinking they were going for a 90s Y2K aesthetic, you know, sequence thing. But the more that I invested in the narrative, the more it really and it really doesn't take much. They do, you know, they beat you over the head with it. It's not like it's something that you have to read so much through the lines, but once you see the reveal at the end, a lot of things do start to, connect and become cohesive. And yeah, I'm just seeing a lot of these shots and noticing some choices that they might have made. But again, with the song, yeah, it's relatively. I could see the criticism being that it's relatively one note because it doesn't go that many places. It sticks on a similar vibe throughout. But I think that's actually perfectly appropriate for this because, I mean, I really like energetic melancholy in general, and it's kind of rare because melancholy is something that can dip into trite or, precious or annoying really easily if it doesn't seem to be rooted in something. But the melancholy here, I think, is really earned, and I felt it. And to still have that, beat behind it and the energy to it, it's really my type of thing. I really, really enjoyed this.
I didn't. But we shouldn't be surprised with that. It's just you described it as one note, and that's exactly how I feel about it. Like, yeah, I moan about songs going too many different places, but you can also get stuck in the same area for too long, and this just felt like a waste of my time. The whole song was just endlessly plodding on at the same point, and I was just very, very bored, which probably was not helped by the entire minute of intro for the video and entire minute of outro for the video, which only, accentuated how much I felt like my time was being wasted. And like, when you debuted with such a strong mini album and have basically defined what girl groups now do, to come back with this was a massive, like, enormous drop in form for me. Like, we've not seen a drop in form like this in a while. Where, like, from one comeback to the next, just all of the joy is just gone. And, like, this song is functionally a lullaby with a club beat underneath it.
That's kind of a vibe, the way you described it, that.
Which I really don't need. I don't need a lullaby anyway. I don't like ballads, and this is essentially a ballad with like lots of mental percussion happening underneath it. And I don't really, usually I like ballad with a beat, but this is just, it's that staying on the same note for too long. It just feels tiring to listen to, and I don't want to feel tired when I'm listening to music. I want to feel energized.
Yeah, I mean, I got energy from this, and it's hard to tell at this point because I have seen both music videos at least 4 times at this point, so it's hard to disambiguate the emotion and meaning from the video, from the song. I did like, because I did hear it as just a song first, and I did like it, but it definitely really cemented itself once I got into the video, for sure. But I think even if I hadn't seen the videos, I would find this like not, I wouldn't freak out or anything, but I'd be like, yeah, that's tasteful, and I like the vibe. And I really like some of the rhymes. I mean, they're simple rhymes, but I think it just exploits some of the nice natural parallels in pronunciation between some English words and Korean words. Talking about being in a maze, a miro, and then ditto, obviously. I thought that whole section was pretty catchy, and I like the energy, yeah. And there's something about the chorus that feels, I don't know, like from a show or some, it feels kind of cinematic in some way, but I can't really put my finger on it. Again, it might be me just conflating it with the experience of the video. But I thought 250 has really solidified in my mind as, a force to be reckoned with in terms of not just, production, execution, and knowledge of things, but taste. Because I mean, he's you were saying this was like a huge drop off because it's like so much lower in energy. You're saying in one note.
Yeah,
but
then like
I think
I really liked Hurt from the original EP. I thought that was like a really, really nice, tastefully done song that was quite low energy. But then even from that, this is like a gigantic drop. And like, I don't think there's anything, like you keep mentioning it's tasteful. And I agree, it's tasteful. I don't think there's anything like wrong about it. I just think it's really boring. I just find the song extremely tiring to listen to.
Yeah, and I feel like I could almost make another argument for watching the music video based on that, because on one level I think that it's okay that it's not going that many places, because it is a melancholic winter song. It talks about time passing from summer to fall, and then it's released in the winter. And it when I played it for the first time, it was extremely cold out, and it just felt right. I don't know, something about the chilly high vocals and the mood. It just it clicked, and I definitely don't think I definitely don't perceive this as any sort of drop off. I think it's just demonstrating that you could do something different. And
I guess for me, I more associate winter songs with being warm inside than being freezing outside. Where like this is very much a song to listen to when you're outside and you're freezing, whereas I'm more into the songs like, say, Dean's D Half Moon, or like what else? Like any of the kind of like warming
Billy
jazzy
Snowy
type
Night.
things. Yeah, Snowy Night. Any of these things. They don't feel like you're freezing. They feel like you're inside by a fire, you know? And you're like whiling the hours away, chilled out in the winter.
Yeah, this is definitely a reflective, introspective song. It's not supposed to be, I feel like it's not supposed to be that comforting necessarily. I mean, the whole thrust of the video, again, is sort of trying to push you to introspect, especially for like the main demographic of the group. It's pushing them to think about their relationship with the group. And I think it makes sense just in the whole context, it having this sort of small, again, melancholic feel. It doesn't need to be a warm hearthside vibe. That's not what it's here for.
Yeah, it's just not a vibe I'm here for, but we'll leave it at that. Anyway.
Yeah. That's totally fair. But definitely the most compelled that I've been by a music video narrative all year, and a very difficult thing to navigate. This, first comeback really since their Blitz debut. And they've been doing some great stuff. Otherwise, they did that Wonder Girls Tell Me stage where they did what I thought was a fantastic remix. I don't know who put together that remix, but I wouldn't be surprised if it was 250. But that stage I thought was really good. And they put out just a straight up choreo video for this. And I thought the choreo was fun. And yeah, some of the choreo shots in the video, like the one with the train in the background at night, and just early on in the light in the gym, it just very well composed shots, and very, very nice to me. I liked it a lot. But you referenced the song Hurt and said that it was a low energy song that you could actually get with. And the next thing that I've brought on is the 250 remix of Hurt, which just, well, you'll see.
Let's see. Let's hope he hasn't ruined it. Let's do it.
Remix of Hurt out just a little bit ago. Thank you.
Here we go.
보내지는 않을 보여줘 마음 좋아해서 보여줘 Cause I'm not gonna be the one to get hurt No, no, I'm not gonna be the one to get hurt No, no, I'm not gonna be the one to get hurt 여기까지야 네가 와 있는 곳은 너무 멀어서 I'm not gonna be the one to get hurt 여기까지야 네가 와 있는 곳은 너무 멀어서 I'm not gonna be the one to get hurt
Okay, Swither. Thoughts on this remix?
I'm not gonna be the one to get hurt. I love the palette of this. It just felt so right for the moment. And when you click on something that says 250 remix, you know, if you don't know who 250 is, you know, you're expecting, okay, this is going to be the original song, but they're going to manage to shoehorn in some like bass nectar. But this was just like a reimagining of what genre the song was for. And the vibe just felt perfect. The little guitar trills or whatever you call it, sounding kind of like corridos. I loved that. Sounded great. I don't know, the aesthetic of this worked so much because they didn't go all the way for like a Taylor Swift sort of you know, warm winter stomp clap. They incorporated a little bit of that vibe, but then had more of a, I don't know, Western Latin sort of vibe to it. And I really like corridos zumbaos, so I really think that the potential for the guitar to be used in that way and this sort of melancholy as well, I find it to be compelling frequently. And again, it's just another show of force from this guy 250 and how good of taste he has to me. I really like what he's doing with it. What do you think about this version?
I vastly prefer the original. I think it's very well done. I think the production is absolutely amazing on this. Like, everything's so well balanced and everything rings where it should be. You know, all the harmonies are like well arranged, deep within the headphones, you know. Everything's really well placed. The mastering's amazing, but the central idea is not one that I like.
Okay, yeah, that's fair. Yeah,
it's kind of like slow wandering down the road type beat, and I don't really want that. You know, I feel like Hurt, like the original of Hurt, the reason it's so good is because it gets this kind of feel of like slight momentum with the little synths and the little drum beat that it has, and like it's like, I don't know, it gets you moving the right way, whereas this kind of just is like the slowest saunter in the world. And like, I don't want that. I like the kind of like picking up speed of Hurt rather than this. I was very confused when there was mandolins in this as well, but I suppose I should just let it happen. Really, I was like, what are these doing here? But I guess interesting choices. It's like, it also feels kind of like incomplete bossa nova to me, this song.
No,
that's what it feels like to me.
I think you're conflating just because there's like a little bit like Latin elements in there, but it doesn't have
the elements
most
of
the hallmarks.
Latin elements as well
nova.
are bossa elements rather than typical K-pop Latin.
Yeah, I mean it's not going for the Latin pop thing, but I don't see it being that much closer to bossa nova. But Yeah, the rhythm is just it's not really like, well, I don't know, maybe there's something to it. I didn't hear bossa, but I thought that this was just a smart choice in releasing right after Ditto. You know, they have the girls. You know, it's kind of like at the beginning of is it the beginning or end of Girls' Generation Genie, where they have basically this sort of thing where it sounds like the girls sort of chanting it on a bus. You know what I'm talking
Oh,
about?
it's at the end, yeah.
It's at the end, yeah.
But
And
that's the same song rather than being a different song.
yeah, but I generally like that sort of thing. It can add an interesting um, emotional flavor on either end of a song.
I guess to
Um,
me that slightly undermines all of the like trimmings that you're putting on Ditto with all of the all of the like, oh, it's, you know, it's melancholy, it's beautiful, it's well this, it's all this, and I'm like, yeah, but then they're just like singing it like it's some fuck around sing along song at the start of this. Like, that's not a song you should be doing a big like happy sing along to, you know.
I don't think it undermines that at all. I think that very much works together. To you know, there's it's sort of the melancholy. It's the same melancholy that Hisu feels watching those bright, happy, energetic moments from the past. It's supposed to be that sort of thing, where it's yeah, there's the melancholy of nostalgia. I think that's what they're going for here, and it does just fit in with this winter vibe, winter mode. NewJeans being really melancholic and introspective. I think it just sort of sealed that move for me.
Yeah, I don't like their winter mood. Bring back fun, NewJeans.
Well, I think tomorrow you may have
Oh,
something.
let's hope
we'll
so, unless
see
this
what they
guy's
go.
got his clutches into it.
Mm.
Oh, I really hope it's more upbeat than this, because I can't take this much falling asleep, you know?
And as for NewJeans concept and that sort of thing, when they first dropped and I came on the show talking about them, I commented saying that, you know, in their live performances, it did seem like they were too young and not ready to be performing like this. And it is true, you know, they make it seems to be more than your average visible choreo mistakes, and they almost never sing live. And they have great vocal colors, but in terms of what age they are and what they are expected to do on stage, there does seem to be a bit of a mismatch. But now I'm feeling like that sacrifice is one that their creative direction made in order to really get into this concept about talking about young people today, trying to use how young they are in order to reach that demo. And people have said that since the start, but this music video has just sort of made that make a little bit more sense. And I still would prefer most of their songs be performed by older, more competent, you know, just, you know, better, more experienced performers and people that some of the songs might be more appropriate for. But I'm willing to hear them out because it seems like they're at least trying to do something with that couldn't be achieved otherwise. So we'll see if that ends up feeling earned. And ultimately, I hope, yeah, they just end up improving quickly and being really good live performers that they give them the space to do so. But yeah, it seems like it probably is some sort of sacrifice. Yeah, I would have given anything to get the song Cookie delivered to Red Velvet instead of them, but you know, you can't make these choices.
Just listen to Suman's version, it's way fucking better. Her version's amazing of Cookie.
It's pretty good, but no, it doesn't replace it. It does not.
No, it does though. I don't have to think about 14-years-olds.
But also the choreo is great too. The dance to that was so creative and well executed.
I was too busy being sick in my mouth to really look at it, to be honest.
Yeah. But yeah, I think the winter punch of NewJeans is hit pretty hard for me. I hope that you get a chance to check out. You have the patience to check out that music video, side A and B at some point.
God no,
and
not happening.
Well,
I
I
don't
was
like story music videos at the best of times. So
really.
I mean, I liked the old school ones because they were fucking easy as shit to follow and they didn't mess with the song. But like now, if you have a music video with any story, it means that you're going to have 2.5 minutes of bullshit at the start that you don't care about before you get to the actual music, or you're going to have a break in the middle of it, and it's exhausting.
If I was wiser, I would have come on with the side B, because the side B one does just kick off with the song. But you know, it just felt inappropriate to start with B. But yeah, I don't know. Yeah, we can move on. I got one more, right?
Okay. Let's hope you can wake me up with this one.
I mean, so this is Pixy, and I don't know the whole story here, but obviously it was a rough Halloween, and this is a song called "Trick or Treat," and they, I imagine, just put it off for a while because of Halloween, and then they uploaded it, and then I think there were some spelling errors in it, and so the even delayed release got a sort of stutter, and then they took it down and then re-uploaded it, and they're not even calling this a MV, they're calling it a special clip, I believe. So it seems like a sort of unfortunate confluence of things, but I really like some of the previous Pixie releases, so I'm pulling for them, and this seems like they got sort of unlucky and then it's a rocky rollout, but let's see what they got. How about it?
You've really sold it to me anyway. Let's try it out. I have no idea. Oh yeah. What the hell? What is all this crazy asterisk going on in the title? But anyway, it's Trick or Treat, Pixie. Let's do it. Okay, so whether did you feel tricked or treated?
Both. So overall, my feelings on the song, the main thrust of it, and like, yeah, the mainly what's going on is a pretty mid song that's kind of Cabello, I forget, a kind of Melanie Martinez, something like that. Not very tasteful, not very great. But there's this moment at 2 minutes and 1 second into the video where there's just this like 15-second patch of beauty. I don't know. It really struck me, and the members look great. But please, for the people and for me, primarily for me, could you rewind and play from about 2 minutes,
You want the audio as well?
please?
Fine.
초콜릿거리 캔디보다 날 더 두근거리게 만드는 걸 Baby you're so sweet 맘하늘에 너만
So it's the bridge you like, basically.
하늘 불꽃을 밝혀줘 Trick or treat 이미 더 비정해진 건
Okay, yeah, I get what you mean.
Yeah, it's the bridge. But I just thought they killed it. Starting with that cute little bit about the chocolate covered candy or whatever, and then that little bar, and then the high note. It was just like a bow, bow, bow. If we could get all of that recontextualized, I would love it, because I thought that was like, I was sort of bored through the song, and then that moment hit, and I was like, oh. I would just, hit the timestamp a couple times just to relive that. It's just interesting, because that's one of the things that people talk about with K-pop songs way disproportionately to other music, is there's way more discourse about like X artist is crack, or like this song is just crack, and that sort of thing. And that happens all over pop music, but I've heard the most discourse around it in K-pop, where someone just feels unreasonably addicted to something small or minor in a song. And I had that experience with this one, just a couple seconds of just like something's there. There's a little crack in the mix, I guess.
Yeah, me with particular bass sounds.
Yeah. But can we get a views check on this? Where is this sitting right now?
Sure. It's sitting at 12,000.
Yeah.
12,508 to be precise. Yikes.
Yeah. So I kind of get why they wanted to label it a concept clip instead of a music video, even though it is obviously a music video, if a slightly low budget one.
One with an unforgivable spelling error, because I'm a pedant.
Yeah, I mean, I just feel like, I mostly just feel bad for them, because this is pretty competent, and like I said, there's that moment that I love, but this is not gonna help them out at all. I mean, they got unlucky first of all, and then everything with this. I'm just pulling for Pixy because their members are great and they have some uniquely great songs. This isn't one of their uniquely great songs, but it has some of their strong points in it.
Yeah, I have literally one Pixie song that I like, and it's the one where they don't sound like Pixie.
Oh yeah, wait, what's that one? Is that
Call Me?
Yeah, the one
with the boola boola boola. That's like their best song by a mile.
I mean, I can see why you would think that, but it's definitely not. It's definitely not their best song by a mile. But I do like that one. Villain was pretty confusing. But the ones that really stick with me most were off that same EP, Temptation. The Addicted, I think, was the title, and then Bewitched was the B-side. And I thought both of those were very, very strong. I really liked them. And Villain was strange, at least. It was like not just run of the mill, but I don't think it worked.
Yeah. I can't accept another villain into my life. Drippin' already has that on lock.
Yeah, you locked that down pretty hard.
It's a really good song. It's hard to really stand up for that. The same as if someone made a song called Step Now, I'd be like, no, that's Kara's, not happening. Like, it just can't. Yeah. It can't happen,
Yeah, it's hard to follow that for sure.
Yeah.
Speaking of Step, that stage where Chu was on it, as well as
And
a
they
bunch
didn't
of other.
sing live. Loved it, man. Loved it.
Yeah. But it was great to see Chu out there with some great girls and doing a great song. Really enjoyed that. And
Mhm.
uh, more important to me, well, the ideal is to have live vocals, but as long as you get a new vocal track, as long as it's not
No, no, no,
just
no, no, no,
the
no.
album version, I still prefer that.
No, we don't
The
accept half steps here. If you do that, then they will just do that all the time. You must sing
I'm not sure.
live.
I'm not sure I have much of a controlling stake, but I will try to reward the truly live performances as much as I possibly can.
I do not accept mere re-recording badly auto-tuned backing tracks. Not happening. Sing live.
Yeah, that would be the preference for sure.
It's your fucking job. Do it. Please.
Yeah, I mean, it seems like there's so many people that you could potentially blame along the chain and so many different, organizations involved. It's so easy to blame like the showrunners or the broadcasting station that has them or whoever is doing the audio. And then there's all these different explanations of, well, we do it all the time. And there's a lot of discourse over this, but
people always come up with this shit where it's like, we've got to what is it? Preserve our voices. And it's like, or maybe they just shouldn't have such ridiculous schedules, maybe? I don't know. Maybe give them adequate time to rest between schedules, and then we can actually have good performances. But I guess, got to make that money, I suppose.
I'm not sure if rest would really be the answer. I mean, obviously, people should always, be well rested, and people and companies should be doing well. But I don't think that would be that would necessarily answer all the. I think it probably is slightly more complicated but it's not extremely complicated. But it's probably a little more complex.
Yeah, that's my real dream. Is that I win like the super mega lotto or something, and I just make my own company where I treat my acts correctly, and they always sing live. That's the real dream. That I just show the rest of the industry what you should be doing, but we know it'll never happen. That would be the real dream. I just get all the Arias girls back in and just show everybody else up.
I mean,
just great songs, amazing performances, adequate time to rest, no enforced diet. We're cool, In
my view, Stacy's doing it pretty great. They do live vocals whenever
not all the
they
time.
let them. Not all the time, no. But it seems like whenever they have an opportunity, they do, and they're great. So I don't know. Maybe you don't need to start your own company. I think that might be a bit of a headache. But if you do, I will support you.
Yeah, but if I pin my hopes on Stacy, then I'll keep getting shit songs with micro pushes in them, and I don't want them.
Okay, be careful. Be careful. Be careful.
I don't need to be careful.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Maybe you don't.
Yeah.
I just want to take this moment to shout out some things that I've been liking. I had you play the Stacy Only You cover before the show, and I thought that was great. Miss A cover, amazing. I was already talking about the NewJeans Tell Me cover. I thought that was amazing. And outside of K-pop, I just want to say the Pink Panthers Do You Miss Me video with Kate the video, the choreo, and the song, really solid. Really like that. Really rocking with it. And I might have said this last time, but the Caroline Polachek Welcome to My Island music video, also amazing. I mean, that girl vomited lava on herself, and we're just going to act like that didn't happen.
Yep.
And that intro scene. But yeah, it happened last year and it's happening again this year. The end of the year comes around and I'm just overwhelmed with especially when trying to make the list for the year end. It's just like, wow, there really has been so much good stuff.
I don't think I had that to such a degree this year as I usually do.
Well, I definitely have
Usually, the way I do my lists is I basically go through my main playlist and I add everything from that year into a playlist, and then I kind of order it from there. This year, I just was like, that's not good enough, that's not good enough, that's not good enough, going down my list. So it was a way smaller playlist than it usually is for choosing between everything. But it's still proving quite difficult because everything's of a similar level to me.
Mm. Yeah, I definitely don't feel that way. I'm trying to do gymnastics, figuring out how to pay respect to the things that have been major to me this year. But yeah, I'm feeling it. I'm feeling good about 2023. I believe in you this year. At the end of the day, Diggy, I believe in you type shit at the end of the day. And I think we got it.
Whatever this means, sure.
Okay. Well, I'm a call again next time this comes around, and we'll just keep doing it. How about that?
And lecture me on the artistic merit of something that I don't like.
Yes,
as has become the tradition.
I can keep doing it, and nobody seems that intent to stop me.
True.
Alex took a couple bullets from me
he
for
did.
me, but he's not trying to stand between me and torturing you with these songs, really. So
I wish I'd have a bodyguard of sorts, who could be like, no, come on, go easy,
Yeah, you need some people to come in and help you out. Speaking of which, no one's on queued up, right? But maybe this is the last chance if anyone wants to put something in.
Yeah, Gachi has arrived if she wants to do something. I don't know if she does.
Word. Well, yeah. I said my bit. I'll get to work on this list, and if there's some interstitial period, maybe I can get you to play some of the videos that I like afterwards.
Oh, no more.
Okay, you don't have to. I can't bend your wrist through the camera, man.
To be fair, you got hurt this time because I was playing someone else's live playlist and most of it wasn't live, so I was like, the stuff that I was watching that wasn't your predictions was terrible as well, and I was like, oh, come on, all of this?
I mean, maybe you gotta stop being so cold. So cold.
I'm English. It's what we're like. Okay, I can't change where I'm from.
I do really admire your self-awareness and your comfort with that. I know that there's some negative prognoses about the life expectancy of British men with this attitude, but you do seem to have a more robust version of it. So I hope that you stay healthy and well.
I'd have to be healthy to begin with to stay healthy, but sure.
Oh, you look pretty well to me. But okay, thanks so much for having me on the show.
Yeah, thanks for coming on. Sorry, I just endlessly trash everything you bring on, but one day there'll be a good song. Goodbye, Mr. Owl. And like that, he's gone. Okay, we have a final caller. It's the legendary Gachigalileo. I'm bringing her in. Let's do it. Ahoy there, Gachi. How are you doing?
Hi. I'm exhausted. I just got done with work. New Year's Day.
Fun.
It's so busy. So apologies if I sound insane because my brain is leaking out of my ears.
Don't worry, I'm also exhausted. I had to listen to 2 SM songs and 2 NewJeans songs that had no energy in them, so I'm also like dying on my ass right now. So
yikes. Why does Swither do that to you?
He's just an asshole, He just does these things. He's like, right, late show, let's give him the sleepiest shit I can find.
He just wants to make sure that you're going to bed on time,
I would have been if I didn't do the late show, because you all wanted it.
Yeah, we all wanted it, and yet where is everybody?
Yeah, where the fuck are you assholes, man?
I didn't even know.
I told you all and no one turned up.
Jeez. Also, I have to say that there's a disaster because I was trying to organize my list and I went onto my playlist and they pulled all of the major songs off of Spotify.
No! I think they're still on Apple Music, I think. Let me check.
The only one that's still that's not grayed out for me is Rain on Me. The rest
Rain
of
on
them,
Me
they
and
pulled
Dancing
all
in the
of them.
Starlit Night are there, and Salute and Giddy Up are gone. Oh,
Yeah,
bastards!
so mad.
How dare they? God.
Yeah, the only one that's still on my I had 5 major songs on my playlist, and the only one that's still on there is Rain on Me. I'm furious.
That's rough. I mean, to be fair, I kind of expect everything to do with majors to be a bit of a disaster.
Yeah, I mean, what the fuck, is Beyonce still in the group or what?
Every month I get another news story that's like, she's in the group, she's out the group, she's gone, she's here, she's gone, she's back again. Oh dear. It's like, make your mind up, woman, Jesus. Can they just get it over with and just debut her solo? Because clearly she's supposed to be a soloist.
Exactly. I mean, hey, I would support it. I love her, so
Same.
Or whatever. Oh, dear God.
But you're not
So
here to
how's your
talk about
New
a
Year, Ben?
soloist. Oh, sorry.
Sorry, I'm small talking. How's your New Year been?
It's been one day. It's been okay. I guess. I've done fuck all, so, that's been fine, I guess.
It's Sunday. That's what you're supposed to do.
True. We've got D&D tomorrow, so that'll be fun.
Oh, fun.
Yeah. But yeah, we're here to talk about a combination of label and gender group that usually doesn't go well for me. That's
Oh, so this should be fun. I mean, it's I gave you the choreography version because the main music video it's 5 minutes of bullshit.
Thank you.
You're not going to need the lore and the pauses and the werewolves. It's werewolves. Okay.
You see, Swither, this is how you do it. Watch and learn, boy.
It's werewolves. That's all you need to know.
It's werewolves. Thank you. We spent half an hour with Swither just explaining everything behind this NewJeans video for me to go, don't like it. so
I've somehow avoided hearing the new NewJeans. I have not looked at the video. I have not heard the song. So I came in after you guys had played it. So still blind.
Okay. Well, you've got so much to look forward to.
I'm sure I'll hear it eventually.
Yes, I'm sure you will. They've got another one coming out tomorrow, so we'll see how that goes. But we're here to talk about It's Just Werewolves.
Yeah, I mean, it doesn't matter. This is the choreography version. It doesn't matter. But
Yes.
yeah, it's Anteam. It's the new Hybe Japan boy group.
Oh, so I'm going to get claimed. Let's go. Woo.
Mm-hmm. Oh, maybe.
I'll just put a cartoon theme song over the top of it just to be safe. It's fine, don't worry. No one needs to hear this anyway. It's a boy group from Hybe. It can't go well. Let's run it. And team Under the Skin.
again でも変わんない world でもなんで何回も思う僕は変わりたい弱くもい僕の願いは一人ではきっと無理でも君と出会い僕は知りたいこの胸のうつくわけは誰もが言う普通でいろと周りに合わせ目立ったりするななんて I don't care だから僕は僕であると証明 I'm right here, I'm right here So I'll keep going to hell 님 지사나 save me 가슴 나를 잡 getting so faster 교매시 안돼 쇼매시 time心が叫ぶんだ今 Break 目覚めてこうなるスケースケーOne day この声が届くまで
Okay, did this song get under your skin?
Absolutely. I enjoyed it thoroughly. I mean, I don't know if you, because we all watched Island, and like a couple of the guys in this group are from Island, and they did like a whole nother show where like they were trying to build this group based around like the four of them from Island. And so, of course, I got invested in that. And the cycle continues. But this one actually went a lot better than Island for me. Like, the guys that I actually wanted in the group made it, and it's been really interesting. And something fun about that show, The Howling, is that they did actually make them sing live, like, during all of, like, the performances and stuff. And you can tell because some of it is a little shifty.
Amazing.
But they did the best that they could, and a lot of them held up really well. And I think maybe because they are promoting majority in Japan, all of the like TV show performances that they've been doing have been live. So I thought that was kind of interesting. So I mean, it can be done. It can be done even with choreo. You can still sing live, so there's no excuse.
Yeah, they weren't as off-puttingly young as I thought they would be.
No, well, because Kay, he's like the main guy. He's 97 line, so he's 25. And then there's a 24-year-old. There's a couple of them that are super young, but the majority of them are like in their 20s. So it's not, thankfully, it's not too bad.
There was only like one or two where I was like, you sure you should be here? But most of them look fine to be, promoting.
Yeah, I think the youngest is like 15 or something like that, 15 or 16. But the oldest is, 25, which I'm like, I don't know how that works.
That must be a fun dynamic, yeah.
I mean, they seem to be, cohesive. The whole show was built on like, whereas in Island, it was very cutthroat. It was very like, vote your fucking friends out or you're not going to make the group. This one was more kind of like teamwork based. It was like barely like a competition show. It was very like, let's see what dynamic of the people who are here, like see who works the best with who, so we can create like a group that works. And it was a lot less focused on audience vote. There wasn't like, it was a fraction of it, but most of it was like the judges who had been there watching them the whole time. So I think that helped as well. It was a lot more cohesive.
Song-wise, right? You could not like put more elements together that I should absolutely hate. Where you have like hype boy group, it's like sellout rock, and like you set yourself up for failure right there. But I don't hate this as much as I probably should. This is like less egregious than most of that stuff is. Like, I much prefer this to the TXT brand of edgy boy shit.
Oh, I love the TXT brand of edgy boy shit, but yes.
I mean, everybody else does. It's just me that hates it. But this is like way less forced, at least to me. Like, it's still forced, obviously, but like they're not like like forcibly trying to crack their little boy voices to make it sound edgy. Like they're just singing, and like yeah, it's too polished, but it's always gonna be. It's in this ecosystem. It's just always gonna be like that. But it's less egregious than most stuff. I still don't like it, but I can listen to it without getting angry. So that's a plus, you know?
Yay! That's a positive for me.
It only gets a night in the cells. It's amazing.
I mean, they do have some. There's a couple other songs on the album. They released a video for Scent of You, which is like a little bit more like funky and kind of fun. It's like a one-shot, well, not quite a one-shot dance video, but it's that type of thing. And then they have another one called Buzz Love, which is like kind of more like cutesy. But I think their range seems to be pretty good, and I think that they're a boy group that has a lot of potential. As someone who has just been through the ringer on like all of these new boy group debuts who have been just absolute shit, it's nice to be excited about the potential of a group for once, because I feel like it's been a long time since I've seen a group, been invested in a group, and like been kind of excited to see what they're going to do from here on out and like see how they're going to grow, because I think there's some really great talent in this group, and hopefully they're able to like capitalize on that.
Yeah. You feel about these guys how I feel about 50/50, so that's quite refreshing that both of us got our like big break this year.
Yeah, you know, I mean, if you can find, you know, a good debut in the fucking sea of shit, that's nice. I mean, it's been such a strong year for girl groups that like the boys have been like wildly disappointing. So I think this was good for me, because I was like, fucking finally, I have one boy group to look forward to. Just one, please.
You say that, but I think there was more boy groups in my like potential list this year than there ever usually is. So I don't think it's been that bad of a year. I think there's like 4 or 5 boy group songs in my 25 song shortlist, so that's pretty good compared to usual, you know.
I first drafted my top 10, and yeah, I'm pretty sure like there's so far in my top 10 there's 2 boy groups and a soloist male.
Wow.
But yeah, no, I haven't been, even like every boy group that I usually really like has been kind of wildly disappointing. Even like groups like Stray Kids, with the music that they released this year hasn't been great, or like ATEEZ I don't think has been interesting. I
agree.
It's been rough. I mean, I did have the Sophie's choice of trying to decide between Glitch Mode and 2 Baddies, because I kind of like both of those songs. We'll see which one ends up on the list.
Describing that as Sophie's choice is just peak comedy. I love that.
Which one do I choose? I know which album I liked better, but as far as title tracks, we'll see.
Oh, that's very funny. I did have like I think I had 2 acts where I had to work out which of their songs I liked more, and that was very easy for me. So I've not had a Sophie's Choice level type thing, but like working out my actual top 10 is turning out to be quite hard, because there's so much stuff that's like basically the same level of enjoyment for me.
Exactly. Yeah.
There's like 3 or 4 songs that I think are like amazing and they're above everything else, and then like the other 21 or something are just sitting there like they're all about the same.
Yeah, like me and Bladed, we've been conspiring to like because we're both like the only Kepler stans.
Oh god.
So we're like we loved all 3 songs. Like if it were up to me, I would put all 3 songs on my fucking list, because that's just me. But we're like, okay, let's agree on one so we can rig the list for
agree
us.
On up.
You'll see.
It's gonna be the worst one, isn't it? It's gonna be We Fresh.
But yeah, we had to sit here and we were like, okay, well let's pick one together so that we could figure this out.
Oh, I'm looking forward to that. And the problem is, because we're gonna have a smaller sample size than Twick usually did, you're going to rig something onto the community list. It's going to be like when me and Swither almost got I Chillin' on our own with two, like a number 1 and a number 2.
Which valid because I Chillin' rules. So.
Yeah, gotcha. Just still amazing. I think I literally gave that number 1, so, you know, I'll tell you what I thought of that. Spoiler, I Chillin' is not one of the 3 or 4 songs I said was incredible this year, so...
Yeah,
That's one
my
you can
list is
rule out.
weird too. Like my like Swither says, La Luna is in my B-sides list, but like none of the titles I don't think. And my number 1 from the mid-year is not even in my top 10. So
Wow. Okay.
it's been a year. It's been a year.
I mean, I'm constantly shifting around which ones from my mid-year I still like and which ones I have like fallen off of. So
Yeah, it's
tricky.
been an interesting year from the first half to the second, so we'll see what happens.
Yeah. I still, when I'm looking back, I still think the first half of the year was better than the second.
Yeah.
There's like a lot of stuff that's holding it down from back then in my list. But I guess we'll find out in 2 weeks how much of it stayed there.
Indeed. I can't wait to see what kind of shenanigans we all get up to this year.
Can't wait to see how badly I fuck up making the PowerPoint or doing the data collection or whatever. Because it's a lot to do.
No offense to our boy, but it can't be any worse than Steven.
That's the one thing I've taken solace in, is that like he fucked up basically every year, so I don't have much to really... I can't do too much worse, hopefully.
Well, yeah, remember the one year he completely missed a song?
Oh, Itzy, yeah. Wannabe just was the number 1, but just wasn't on the list.
Not even on the list.
Yeah, hopefully I won't do that, but I'm not going to promise anything, because I'm very stupid, and I've left myself not a lot of time to collate all of it, so that's going to be fun.
Well, we believe in you.
Don't. just don't. I also, like, I've done, like, 1 million awards, and I really don't think we're going to have, like, any winners for any of them. So I'll just read out what everyone did, I guess.
Oh, yeah. I'm always like, oh, what do I put in these freaking awards?
There's a lot of them. I haven't even decided my fucking list yet. Like, I haven't even got started. There's, like, 1 award that I know what I'm going to put for, and all the other ones I'm going to, like, wing on the last week.
Well, we'll see. That's always the funnest part, is, like, the last minute pull the trigger.
Yeah. I think I'm going to need the last minute to actually make me commit to a list. So, that's going to be fun. I don't know why it's so hard this year, this list, but usually I don't have this much trouble.
It's like you said, though, like, if I made, like, a top 20, like, literally, like, from, like, 5 to 20 would be, like, all... You know, like, oh, I liked this too, I liked this, but did I like it more than the rest of this? Like, who knows?
Yeah, and also, like, I don't know if you've had this, but I've had a couple where it's like, I'm kind of stretching the definition of a title track, where, like, yes, it's a title track, but it wasn't promoted, or it doesn't have an MV, so I'm like, can I include this? Probably I can. So, like, some of them I've kept, and some of them have been like, I'm kind of stretching it, I don't like it that much anyway. So,
and it's been harder because the way that the groups are promoting the songs now, like, so many songs have videos, and so many songs are like, they do double promotions, or like there's an extra music video, there's an extra performance video, and it's like, well, what the fuck am I doing? Like, where do I put who where? Because I'm like, technically La Luna by I Chillin' was promoted, like they ran actual promotions on it, but I'm like, there was no music video, there was nothing, like all that kind of stuff, so it's tough.
The way I've had to do it for 50/50 is, like, interesting.
Yeah, because I haven't heard any of their music, but I know they put out a couple
get
of
on
videos.
it. It's so good. The whole EP is amazing, honestly.
Yeah, I'll check it out.
It's like giving me faith that there will actually be something good in this godforsaken genre at some point.
Weird, funnily enough, how I feel about Anteam. So.
There you go. It all comes full circle.
It sure does.
But yeah, thank you for calling in, Gachi.
Of course.
I'm sure I'll have the pleasure in 2 weeks' time when you come on to read your totally perfect list with your amazing awards and B-sides. Because you're all going to do all the trimmings. None of you are going to skip any of the awards or the B-side list.
Oh, I'm 100% not skipping the lists. It's some of the
Excellent.
awards that I'm gonna be like, what the fuck? But we'll see.
Well, we'll hope. But either way, thank you for calling in. It's always nice having you here.
Of course, I'm glad I could jump in, and I am looking forward to the show in a couple of weeks. I feel like whatever time you guys end up starting, those usually go pretty long. So
Yeah. I'm probably going to
most likely
start
be
pretty
there.
early, and it will just go through until you arrive.
Yeah,
I'm sure.
the late show. Of course, yeah. So I'm sure I'll jump in at the end.
Yeah, that should be fun. But yeah, thank you, Gachi. I'll let you get going.
All right. Have a lovely new year. I hope you had a great holiday.
Thank you. You
Nice
too.
talking to you.
Yeah, talk to you later. Let your brain go leak out your ear, go to bed. Enjoy.
I will. Bye bye.
See ya. All right. And that is the end of this week's show. Can you tell I'm tired? And yeah, that's the end of episode 20. And next week we will have another show, hopefully, if people are available. And then the week after is the momentous end of 22 year-end list, Joy 1, you know. I hope you're all here to read out your lists. I haven't worked out how much of each list I'm going to play or what I'm going to do about my list and the community list and all that shit. But we'll work it out. Between us, we'll always work it out. And, I'm looking forward to seeing how bad all your tastes are. Don't forget that if you want to submit a list, you need to do it by the 13th of January, I think is the day. Let me check. Yes, submit it by the 13th of January at like basically midnight UK time. So make sure you get it in by then. And I will do my best to include everybody when I check the responses and make a dorky PowerPoint out of it. We'll see how it goes. But it should be fun. I'll see you all then. And hopefully I'll see you all next week, but we'll see. Either way, that's the end. Bye-bye, audio listeners.